I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist, and I'm back and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 217. Thank you so much for being here. I just got out of a 45-minute Joe Dispenza meditation called Tuning Into Your Potential. And I purchased one of his workshops. I mentioned this yesterday, about 4 years ago. And I'm going through the whole thing again because I just love his teachings. And that's kind of one of the backbones of what I want to really get into teaching myself and do my own studies and do my own experiments with people. And so I created a study in my PhD program that involved EMDR therapy, meditation, and then combining the two and comparing the groups and seeing which one did better. And meditation did just as well as EMDR therapy did. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. I already knew that would happen, but those were the findings. Before I did this meditation in his workshop, he instructed everyone to create an intention. So if it's a business, then you would write the letter B in a circle and then make 2 squiggly lines around that B, and that represents the electromagnetic field that it creates. So we're creating basically a symbol of whatever it is that you want. If you want love, it would be maybe an L with circles around it, squiggly lines around it. If you want a new house, it'd be the letter H. You get it, so on and so forth. So then the next thing you're going to do is create sub-intentions. So those are going to be the things that you want that go with that symbol. So if it's a business, you might say, I want to make this much per month. I want to work anywhere in the world. I want freedom and flexibility, whatever that is. Create at least maybe 4 to 5 and write those underneath. And then you're going to create the emotions that you would feel if you already were that person, you already had that. So for me, I did what I would call my empire instead of a business. I was about to do business. I was like, no, I want to create an empire. That's just what it is. So then I wrote, that I wanted to make this much per month. I want to work anywhere in the world and travel. It has to be fun and providing lots of value and serving, because that's what a valuable service to people. And I have to love it. And I have to love my life, which a lot of these are already happening right now, but I have so many pieces of this that I want to create. So I thought, well, I'm just going to put the symbol out there and broadcast the signal out as my intention. And this is how I want to feel. And so I put that I want to feel freedom. I want to feel unlimited. I want to feel abundant, powerful, excited, blessed, appreciation, thankfulness, and gratitude. And you might want to, all of those emotions I think we want to feel in anything that we would put out there in the field. I don't know. Unlimited, abundant, powerful, excited, blessed, appreciation, thankfulness, gratitude. Those are like the best feelings ever. Freedom, all of those. Love, everything. So, and then you close your eyes and you tune into that potential. The quantum field has unlimited potentials out there. All potentials exist in the field. All of them do. So if you tell yourself this already exists, all I have to do is broadcast this signal out with intention and feel the emotion of it already happening. And so this takes some practice because we are so addicted to the way we think right now. We are so addicted to it. And I'll tell you what, today was interesting for me because I was so motivated and inspired for some reason. Starting last weekend, I just got this feeling like you need to get back into your Joe Dispenza, the training again, and do the meditations, like really do them again. Because when I did these 4 years ago, my entire life changed within about 4 months. Literally, cannot even tell you, every area changed. Well, now I'm like at this point where I'm ready to elevate again. And I was overwhelmed with so many things going on and too much information. And so over this year, I've kind of been shedding layers of so many things. I've been stripped of everything it's been crazy. It's been a challenging year. And so I'm ready to elevate in all areas. Well, last weekend, something said, get into his teachings again. So I did. And I did some meditations last weekend, and everything shifted this week. And then over this weekend, I've been doing the same thing. So what I realized is that I'm addicted to my old thoughts. We all are. It is like we have our blind spots. We don't know where they are because we're blind to them. So I just decided to keep things simple. I was like, let's not even worry about blind spots. Let's just start broadcasting these signals out. Keep it easy, because it's almost like we're not manifesting, we're just allowing life in. And we've been living in survival. So I think that a lot of us live in survival because we're in constant go, go, go kind of fight or flight mode. We don't even realize we're in chronic stress. And so we kind of live from the past so much because we're basically thinking the same thoughts we thought yesterday. We're never really changing it up. So I was like, okay, I know I can master this. I know I can do this because I've done it before. And I created everything you can imagine. Like, it was insane, and it did not take very long. And I remember sitting in my little apartment back then, and I was like, I am too big for this place. Like, I could feel myself getting bigger. And that's how I'm feeling now. I'm like, I'm growing. There's a fire in me. I don't know what it is. And so I was like, I gotta meditate. So I've done 2 45-minute meditations plus my 21-minute this morning. And I can't tell you the changes. It's just so weird, but you have to do them yourself. You just have to try this. And so a lot of people say they can't meditate. You just have to train yourself like an animal to sit. I probably have undiagnosed ADHD. I probably do. If you haven't noticed, I ramble sometimes and I'll forget what I said. I'll be watching my video back and I'm like, I didn't finish that point. I didn't finish that point either. So sometimes, I just trail off. But I'm getting better. And that's my other goal, is to get more focused with my teachings and with my tips and just trying to help people in a better way that's more cohesive. And so, and non-tangential. Tangential, is that a word? I think it is. So, I did these meditations to focus. That's my main thing. I wanted to teach my body to focus. And Joe Dispenza says, it's like we've got to teach our body how to feel the future as if it's happening now. This is Neville Goddard stuff too. Act as if you already have it. This is in the Bible. Pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. Pray as if you already pray as if you already have it by being in thankfulness. Just thankfulness that you already have it. And that's the prayer. Thank you that I already have this. And so it all kind of goes together. And the law of assumption, of course, goes with this, the law of attraction. This is all kind of the same thing. Ask, believe, receive. Those are the steps in The Secret. Ask, believe, receive. That's in the Bible as well. There's something to this. We need to feel these emotions and feel the events before they actually occur. But if we don't start training, this is like the piece that I think we don't really go into much. It's like we're so stuck in the past emotions that our brain and body think we're just there. And so we never change anything. So like you get up and you do the same thing every single day, which creates the same emotions. You don't really change much up. That's why a few weeks ago I said, let's all for 30 days or the rest of our lives, take the first hour that you're awake and don't touch your phone. Like, you can touch it and turn your alarm off or whatever you're going to do. But I got a regular alarm clock. I was like, I'm just going to get an alarm clock so I don't have to deal with this phone. And I've been having the alarm go off with birds chirping every day for I don't know how long now, over a year or two, I think. But I do go to my phone, pull it off the charger, and then that's it. I don't look at it until I turn on my meditation from the phone. I'm even thinking about not even doing that. I'm going to do it from my laptop. Just don't even touch the phone for the first hour and see what happens in your life, because you've got to teach yourself new feelings and emotions. And without doing something to change, you're just going to wake up as the same person every day. So we've got to switch some things up to where you can create new emotions. And you can't create new emotions unless you program those in. So, and the reason why I suggest no phone is because every time you pick up that phone, you're going to do your same routine every day. check the emails, check the Facebook, check, whatever it is that you check. Everything that you're checking is subconsciously creating a feeling from that, because you're having thoughts and they're creating feelings, and then you're feeling emotion in your body that's coming up. And then pretty soon it's like time to go to work, and you're driving the same route there. You're seeing the same things you see every day, having the same feelings and emotions and thoughts, of course, as you had yesterday. Then you walk into work, it's the same people. You may or may not like them. Who knows? There's gossiping going on, or there's not. You might love where you work, and I hope you do, and I think that's great. And so you eat the same thing maybe every day. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But my point is that we are trained to pretty much think the same way we thought yesterday. And we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. So 90 to 95% of them are what we thought yesterday. And someone has said that 80% of them are negative. So my whole thought was, okay, I know this stuff. I've got to keep applying it, but applying it in a different way that's more focused. And that's why I just decided to go heavy into these meditations again, because I want to see what I'm capable of. And I want you to see what you're capable of. We are unlimited beings. We're not this body. We are a spiritual being. We are having this human experience. We are unlimited. So if we are unlimited, I want to see that I'm unlimited. I want to see what I'm capable of. And I've created and allowed in some very big things over the last few years, huge things you wouldn't even imagine. And they came very easily once I let go. Once we let resistance go, we can create anything we want. We just have to believe that we can. And even if we don't believe that we can, we've got to feel those emotions. We've got to train our body to think that it's in a new environment, even when it's not. And so once you start connecting to that new you, you're like, I promise you, you will not want to go back. You'll be so addicted, just like you're addicted to the feelings you're feeling now, that the feelings that you feel that you're stuck with, which you're not, I promise. Once you start shifting your state, your mental state, through thought alone, that's all you need is your thoughts. That's all you need. And to train your body to feel, and to teach your body that it's safe to feel, because a lot of times we don't feel very safe. So we got to shut that survival mode down by slowing our brain waves down and teaching our body that, hey, it's okay to feel again. I think a lot of us aren't feeling. And so, because we're in fight or flight, there's no energy to create anything from that state when you're so hyper aroused in stress or disappointment or, disgust, whatever feeling you're feeling about something or someone, we're stuck in that. And so we've got to train ourselves to get unstuck out of that. And that's the only thing that we've got to shift into, is that new self. And you would not even imagine what can happen in that. He has Joe Dispenza's, I don't know what you call them, clients, customers, people that follow him have healed from miraculously healed from all kinds of ailments, that physical, mental, just amazing, relationships restored. So what I want you to think about is that it is possible for you to go back to just total restoration. Maybe you've never felt restored before. So meditation can definitely help you get restored. It's like we're training our bodies and minds to be a new self. That's it. And it takes practice. A lot of people will say, I don't know how to meditate. I can't meditate. It's just training yourself to just sit there. And my first recommendation would be just train yourself. Say, hey, I'm going to sit on the floor or wherever for 1 minute. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute and just sit there, close your eyes and breathe. That's it. You just meditated. You can turn it into something else later, but just practice that every day. Train your brain, train your body to sit like a dog. And then give yourself a treat later, whatever you want to do. But give yourself a pat on the back and put your hand on your heart and say, it is safe for me to feel. It is safe for me to sit here. It is safe for me to focus on what I want. I can have everything I want. I can be anything I want. I can do anything I want. I am unlimited. And you repeat these things to yourself. But create your own paper or wherever you want to write this, or put it in your notes app on your phone. Just create a symbol with the letter that represents what you want and make sub-intentions. What are the, almost like the description, the job description of what you're wanting. What would be the requirements that you want? Be unlimited. Think anything, 100 grand a month, whatever it is that you want. And then put the emotions down that would describe how you want to feel, or how you would feel, actually, if you had this, and really feel those things. And you're going to broadcast the signal out to the field of information. All possibilities exist. Everything exists. I tell myself, I'll say, I'm the only one that exists in my world. So if I'm the only one that exists, what do I want? If I can create anything I want, what would it be? How would I feel? Just start feeling it now. And then you just close your eyes and you meditate on these ideas. Now, Joe Dispenza does have meditations that you can purchase, and workshops and stuff like that. But there's free ones on YouTube. I've got meditations on my channel. There's 14 of them, and I'll link. I think it's always linked below. Check those out. Some of them have bilateral stimulation, which is the EMDR inspired, kind of like it's a paddle that goes back and forth between the left and right ears. Try those if you like those. Some people don't like those. Some people do. You can try anything, any type of meditation, or you can go to the source of Joe Dispenza. His are amazing, but we really don't need anything. You just need silence. You just need connection to yourself. That's all that we need. We've got to keep this simple. We don't have to have some drawn out routine to create things. We just need to connect to our true inner self, our soul, because it knows exactly where we need to go. And we don't. We're just like, blah, we're in fight or flight all the time, and we don't know what we're doing. We don't even know who we are half the time. And so I told myself, I was like, I've got to get more centered. I want to get clarity. It's like I'm ready to grow to that next level, but it's like in a totally different way. I can't explain it, but so I decided you know how they say like building in public, when you're building a business, you're building in public. Well, I think I'm building myself in public so you guys can see in real time what happens to me, because things are definitely shifting and my energy is going to change and you guys are going to feel it in some way. And you guys can do that too. You change your energy inside, you're going to change your whole external reality outside of you. So fun, so fun. We can feel better at any time. We just have to decide, I want to feel better, so I'm going to do this to generate this feeling. And then whenever it's almost like you can create a scene and it creates a memory that you can go back to at any time. It's almost like, imagine yourself with your car that you want or your person that you want, and take a mental photograph of that, like a screenshot that you can go back to in your mind and look at. And your brain is going to think that that's real, that actually happened. And so if you train your brain to think that over and over again versus the emotions of the past and the feelings of the past, you will start to see some crazy changes. And I think it's so fun because manifestation is so fun, because things come in the weirdest ways. And it's just fun to see how they come to you, because we don't insist on an outcome at all of how it's going to come. We just know it's going to come. And you just have fun knowing it's done. You planted a seed. When you're doing this exercise, you're planting a seed in the field. And it's got to project back into matter, because that's what it does. And that's quantum physics. Another video, of course. I'll be doing videos like that later on if anybody's interested. But keeping it simple, we're just projecting a signal out to the field. And it's got to respond. And whatever we're matched to out there in that field, it's got to come to us. It's a law. It has to come. So I'll leave you with that tonight before I end up rambling. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you, sir. Whenever you watch this, good morning or good evening, good afternoon. If this helped you in any way, please share it with someone who might benefit from it. And thank you so much for all your likes and subscribes. And feel free to like and subscribe to my channel through this. And we'll continue to add value to you and grow you. That's my intention. And what else? Let's see. You are loved. That's what I always say. You are so loved. And I just want to bless you all with all the happiness and peace and joy this week as you start the brand new week. And we're about to start a brand new year as well. So the last few days of 2025, I bless you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will be back tomorrow.